Iran is an arid, mountainous and ethnically diverse country in the southwestern Asia, about the borders of Iran, Azerbaijan, Armenia, Turkmenistan and the Caspian Sea borders Iran on the north, Pakistan and Afghanistan on the east, the Persian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman on the south, and Turkey and Iran on the west. Iran also has a dozen islands in the Persian Gulf under the sovereignty. The sea coast makes up 7,680 kilometers of the country's border, and its huge part is a desert plateau covered by the lofty mountain ranges. Most of the population lives on the edges of this waterless area. Iran's climate ranges from subtropical to subpolar. Its capital is Tehran, widely known for its handsome and the embellished architecture and leafy gardens. The city fell somewhere into the despair in the decades of the Iranian Revolution of 1978 and 79. However, measures were taken to preserve historic buildings and expand the city's network of the parks. Tehran is famed for serving as a major center for education, culture, and the commerce. The heart of the storied Persian Empire of antiquity, Iran has long played an important role in the region as an imperial power and later, because of its strategic position and abundant natural resources, especially petroleum, as a factor in colonial and superpower rivalries. The country's roots as a distinctive culture and society date to the Armenian period, which began in 550 BCE. From that time, the region that is now Iran, traditionally known as Persia, has been influenced by waves of indigenous and foreign conquerors and immigrants. Persia's conquest by the Muslim Arabs in the 7th century CE was to leave the most lasting influence. However, as Iranian culture was all about completely submerged under that of its conquerors. Iran has 1,634 tanks, which puts it in the 18th place out of 137 countries surveyed. About 2,345 armored combat vehicle and 1,900 rocket launchers supports this figure. The US tank forces, on the other hand, is primarily made up of older types and tanks that are entirely obsolete. The new Karar variant, which was expected to be handed to the Iranian military in 2018, was the only one. Tehran's navy does possess 6 frigates, 3 corvettes, 34 submarines, and 88 patrol vessels. According to the National Interest Report, Iran also had a chance to buy as many as 30 sophisticated Su-30 fighters from Russia. Finally, Iran also has a fully complement of drones that it has used in operations in both Iraq and against Israel. It is also believed that an Iranian drone was used in September to attack Saudi oil facilities. The death of Soleimani by US forces, followed by an Iranian missile strike on American positions in Iraq, marks the first open confrontation between the two countries since Iranian protesters stormed the US embassy in Tehran in 1979. Although the current situation has de-escalated for the time being, it still poses a threat of worsening and disrupting the long-standing twilight war of strained but regulated ties between the two countries. That's it from today's video. You can comment below your thoughts about this video.